There we go. Okay, I didn't realize that I already started recording, but let's go on with it anyway. Turn on the torch, light up the flame, time to melt some glass, my friends. There you are, here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. I just did a turtle, didn't record it, but I just did a turtle with some dichro in it, and I'm going to do some more, another one, very similar to it. I figure, actually I'm going to do a smaller version of it. I want to, sorry about this, change my mind midstream, you know how that is. Okay, dichro glass, sparkly, glittery, shiny, and you always want to put the film side up with what I'm doing, and you can tell the film side is because it goes, the shine goes straight to the edge, cleaning it a little bit. Okay, piece of dichro. Next, this is a method that I have created. It's probably, well, it worked for me anyway, and other people have probably picked it up sooner or later too, but I think with this new camera angle and stuff, I just recently did a heart pendant. Same idea, but this is going to be with a twist, or a little bit different, as it were. Usually I press out a Maria or whatever you want to call it, and it usually I try to make sure that the whole piece of diachroic will be covered. You'll see what I'm talking about. See, that's close. I'm going to do it just a little bit wider than that. Get a little thicker. There we go. Now we really heat up the bottom and press it onto the cold dichro, because you saw me just touch it, see? Now I'm going to heat that up and press it in a little bit better. And now the method that I do is I take a solid color, like if I wanted it jade green or whatever. This one is going to be one of the exotics. I don't know what exotic it is, moon blue or blue exotic or green. I think it's blue exotic, or moon blue, excuse me, because it has more blue hues to it. If it's blue exotic or green exotic, it tends to have more of a green flow to it. But anyway, I've encased it, and I can put a URL to how I encase this rod. What I'm doing is basically covering just the bottom of the dichro, or the surface around the dichro at this point, okay? And I go all the way around, and it's sort of like a star cluster type thing where I just sort of keep looping it around, and it can layer on top of each other, it's fine. Now, most of the time, with my turtles, I then make the turtle out of that, just out of that type of little thing. But this time, I've been playing with my Christmas ornament, and I came up with an idea, and I'm going to try it. I did try it once, and it came out okay, but I hope this one will come out a little bit better. Each time you do it, you enhance it, you make it better. Oops. There we go. Put that on the end there. Now you can see the dichro is nice and shiny there in the glass. And I'm going to smooth that surface out, and I'm going to round it. You'll see. It's just a really neat thing that I do. And I've got a rounded piece of graphite and a marble mold. Okay? Yeah, that's kind of a thick piece of graphite, but hey, you can get it in all thicknesses. You can get one of those All you need is some steaks, and even if you get a small one, you can take them, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's grooves that I put into the pattern of the graphite and then sealed it into that. So now you can use that for a tool as well. I know that's a side flash. Okay, here we go. We're warming up this whole piece of glass. And I'm going to, if you've seen me do the sea turtle ornament, Christmas ornament, this is going to be basically the same idea, but just a little bit different. A little bit smaller, maybe. Okay, it's almost getting to the right temp, and you'll know that because it's all flippy and floppy. And now I press with the color on the top, and then as you can see, it sort of concaves into the glass. And which I think I've got good coverage all the way around this time, which is what I was hoping for. Some tweezers. Now basically I'll press out the outer rim of the shell. Little bit by little bit. Get up the other side of this rim. I noticed that the back end of this got a little bit more clear than I wanted it to, but we can fix that real quick by basically pulling that off. You know, I'm going to go ahead and, this is going to be the back side here that I've just tagged onto it. Now, for continuity in color, these fins are made from the same color that I swirled into the back of the shell. Okay? This time, instead of doing the front, I'm doing the back half because that's the way I envisioned looking at the colors and the variations. You know, you gotta, I guess, use a little bit of an artist license and your own judgment of where you want to put things and how you imagine it to be. Okay? Yes, some of it you think is written in stone, but guess what? It's not. You can change it if you want to. Okay, I usually do the fronts first, but I'm going to start with the back this time. As long as you get the right pattern going on, you're fine. Okay. Back half. Pretty darn good if you ask me. I like the way the dichro is shining too. Flattening it out, I think you can see that. That's good. Now cold weld on the tail. I have done it where it was using the crimpers, but in this case the cold weld is going to work better. There we go. Now warm up that whole back or front end of this guy. I'm going to pull a little bit of them off because it's clear, and I want to get it the edge of the shell to the edge of the turtle. Kind of hard to explain, but you can sort of see that clearness up there at the front of that. That's what I like about this new camera. So close, you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and get that really hot and pinch it off instead of try to pull it off. Pinching will get me right to the edge. There we go. I sort of nipped it off. That's not going to be wasted, I don't think. There might be a little bit of dichro color going on here. Then, see, learn to use your tools. You never know when it's going to come in handy to know how to, oh, that's what you can do with that. You know, like my high-tech wire cutter. Yeah. Really expensive. I think I got them probably when I worked at the dump. People threw tools away all the time. So, there we go. Now again, to continue with continuity, I'm using the same rod that I have been using. And this encasing like this really has some nice swirls of color on it all the time anyway. So it shows up pretty nice. And we're getting there. Got another flipper or two to do here, and a head. And this one is a nice piece of glass. Again, you just fold and pull until you say, okay, that's good. You'll learn. Practice, and oh, by the way, more practice. There we go. Same idea for the other side. Fold and pull. There we go. There we go. There we go. Flatten it out a bit. Oh, that's looking really good. I don't know if you can see that or not. That shine, maybe it's too much shine because of the light, the shop light that I've got on it, but I think it looks really, really good. That's what you're after sometimes, just pretty. Because if it's ugly, not so many people want it, but there are some people who want some ugly things. Don't get me wrong there. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times where people are looking at my stuff on the table and say, oh, this is pretty. I say, oh, you want the ugly ones? Give me a second, I'll get the ugly ones out. They're in the back. Okay, we're doing really, really well, and it's taken 12 minutes so far. That's not bad. Now, I'm going to use cobalt blue for the eyes. One. Across from each other, of course. People always seem to want to look for the eyes. You don't put them on, that's fine. They get the, they'll fill in the blanks with their imagination. Don't get me wrong there, but people always look for the eyes. And it gives it character. I'm finally getting up there. It seems like I'm slowly but surely getting up to 900 subscribers. Right now I'm up to 178, I think. No, 878, excuse me. Excuse me, dyslexia, not paying attention, whatever. But I'm really excited about where I'm going with these new videos. They really do have some detail that you can see what's going on. And even if you had done that same idea, matter of fact, I might show it off in another video. Even if you had done that same idea without the dichro, if you can see that swirl pattern that's going on inside the glass, that would look sweet too on a shell pattern in the glass itself. So, we are now pulling off the cold weld, and of course it's being stubborn. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Thank you. That goes right in the oven. Wow, wow, and more wow. Now, I do want to thank you for being there and being part of